All right. Hi, everyone. Sarah Welch with ABA 634. This is our week 7 SAFMEDs video, our overview video of how we're doing our SAFMEDs. So I do the acquisition deck the same as it recommends, the 5 times a day, and then graph right after. Set the timer for 30 seconds for each trial. For the fluency deck, I do it the same way. Instead of doing the recommended 3 trials, I do 5 trials as well. I just feel at this point our deck is so big that I'm not going to remember all of those with only doing 3 trials. So that's kind of my my only real difference with doing the decks. Also, I write everything down in my notebook. So it's all very like neat, and it tells the week, the day, that I write down the time as well. And that just lets me see if there's a difference on days where I do it first thing in the middle of the day, last thing of the day. I used to always do it first thing in the morning, but I now have a 2-month-old, so there is no doing things on my own schedule. But yeah, so I still write it down though just to see. I do still find that first thing in the morning is the best. It's just, the whole day hasn't gotten to me yet, so my mind is a little bit more clear. So yeah, so I write everything in my notebook. I do 5 trials for the fluency, 5 trials for acquisition. I did print out my graphs just so that I can show you a little bit easier. So this is the acquisition deck. So you can see everything's pretty much, at the high level, meeting the A cell. Got our D cell down here. It's pretty much all zeros. The only time you really see D cell for me is when we've started a new deck. And neutral, same. Just the longer I have the deck, the more neutral I'm going to have. Same thing for fluency. So you can see pretty much fluency is pretty much all just flat because there's barely any variability there. It might be like an increase, 1 per week every couple weeks is about all I really get on these. So I didn't have to make any adjustments during the course. This is kind of the same way I've been doing it now since, I don't know, a couple courses ago, with doing it the 5 trials. That just for me, for the fluency, that for me just, it's the only way I can really do it. I was getting really overwhelmed when I was only doing 3 trials, and I was like, this is too much to remember. So that's why I do that. And then I did meet my course goals of, always hitting the aim of 14 and then almost always having A cell again on the weeks where it's a new deck. I didn't always have A cell, but neutral. But I would say about 90% of the time I have neutral scores, which is what I'm looking for. So I plan on doing the same thing into the next course. Pretty happy with it.